It is that time. Tuna and the Sheriff. Hope your Sunday is going well. Your Mother's Day Sunday. We are talking Rams football instead of talking to our moms. We are doing a bad job at this. But I'm only one half of this operation. Joining me today, of course, the one and only Tuna. How you feeling, man?
Shout out to all the moms out there. I do not mean that in a creepy way at all, but legit, shout out to all the moms.
I mean it in a very creepy way. Yeah, man. We're feeling good, dude. It's yeah, like I said, Mother's Day, of course. And we're here talking some Rams football. We're feeling a little bit better than the Colorado Rockies. Had the very unfortunate duty of being at the game yesterday, which was very cool. 21-0. Good stuff. So
That's brutal.
Rams aren't in that situation, which is good news, man. And we also have some new updates here as far as the LA Rams go. I'm a little torn on this Maui trip, man. I know that a lot of people are kind of like, dude, it's just mini camp. Who cares? You're overreacting to it. But it's like, yeah, we also got to take the whole operation to Hawaii for a mini camp. That feels a little bit extreme, man. How you feel about that?
I think if I'm going to trust an organization to do a move like that and not let it be a distraction and actually get the most out of it, I think they had a good practice run with the Arizona playoff game. I'm thinking back, like, obviously I've never done anything like that. I'm thinking of like going to like 7-on-7 tournaments as a kid, or even in college, like picking up and going to like practice scrimmages somewhere else. Like, yeah, it throws you off key. It's a little bit different. It's out of routine, but I think it's so early in the off season. I don't know. I trust McVay in them. I think the guys will lock in and actually get some production out of it. And Maui's better than going to like Vegas and getting in trouble. So, I mean,
Well,
how much trouble can you get on the island?
I mean, fair, but it's not that. It's not the whole like can we get good reps out there? Is it even necessary like to pick up and go all the way over there just to do a mini camp and then
Yeah,
what?
that's
Like come
true.
back? Like I guess I just don't see the whole point. So but it's cool. Like it's a fun thing. It's exciting. For any fans in Hawaii, like I know some Rams fans that live in Hawaii. For them, this is awesome, dude. Because it's like I remember when ahead of the Rams Chiefs game in 2018. The Rams actually came here to my city in Colorado Springs and practiced, and that was the coolest thing of all time for me. So I didn't get to like do anything about that. Like I didn't run into anybody. I didn't like get to go to the practice, obviously, but like it was so cool to know that like because the Air Force Academy where the Rams were practicing, it's a 5-10 minute drive for me right now. So it's like to know that the boys were here, getting prepped up for a crazy game against the Chiefs was pretty exciting for me. So from that respect, man, I definitely appreciate it and stuff. It just feels so extreme to need to take everything out there just to get a couple reps in.
I think it's one of two things. Obviously, for the fans in that area, whatever area a team goes to for any, whether it's game, international game, or something like this, fans benefit the mainland to see my favorite team, which is. Oh, we disappeared for a second. We good?
Oh, yeah, you're getting a little
We back?
choppy.
We back?
Yeah.
We back? Okay. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is being weird today. I think what was I saying? It's one of two things. It could be part of like a long-standing marketing deal. I know the Rams were big. They had a lot of Maui shirts a few years ago. Or it could just be testing the waters for a future game there in Hawaii. I know University of Hawaii plays out there, so I don't know, something.
Yeah, either way, it'll be kind of it's not going to be a detriment. Is ultimately my big point here on that. It just again feels a little unnecessary, but that's cool, man. It's going to be fun. It does seem like this is something that they're wanting to be regular. So anticipate that the Rams will be heading out to Hawaii fairly often. I'm also curious too, because to see if that becomes a I don't know which way you go to get to Australia, all right? But in my mind, that's where the Rams are ahead of that Australia game. You go there for a week, and then you finish the trip and go just a little bit further to Australia. I don't know which way you go, but it makes sense. So,
Well, the Earth is flat, so it doesn't matter which way they go, right?
yeah, it's true. Yeah, they'll have to go way over the North Pole. So, yeah, hopefully they don't bump into the thing that I don't know what they call it.
The ice wall.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't, impact anything. But speaking of on field and being awesome, man, we are anticipating at least one is what I'm gonna say for now. At least one new uniform. And the reason that I'm saying it like that is because with the NFL announcing their rivalries deal. The Rams have also been in conversations that this is the year we're going to get an alternate uniform. Now, the overall fan base is very unclear on what's going to happen now. Are the rivalries the alternates, or are the rivalries on top of the alternates? That
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody really has the answer to that. To my knowledge and to my understanding, the rivalries are a separate thing from the alternate uniforms, kind of like Color Rush. Like Color Rush didn't change you being able to have your own separate uniform. So in my mind, the rivalries, because that's one game a year, only at home and only against a division rival, that to me doesn't make a lot of sense that it would stop having an alternate uniform on top of it. So obviously a lot of speculation is out now on what these rivalries uniforms and potential alternate uniforms are going to look like, man. But how are you feeling about how this is kind of unfolding? What are you expecting to happen here?
I think well, I'm gonna go on record and just say my theory. I think we're getting black. I know there's been a lot of I think the two biggest like theories I hear from fans on what the New Jersey will be is back to yellow. I don't think they're gonna go back to mustard. And then I don't know. I have a feeling about black. Like I think they tested the waters, but they had a fan, just a variant that's out there. You can buy black jerseys now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. My only worry is that if you do a black jersey with our color scheme, like with gradients, it doesn't look great. And then how do you not look like a Temu version of the Steelers? That's the only thing I worry about. I don't want to look like the Steelers. So I'm excited. I hope they do something cool. But seeing how Nike has treated NBA City Editions, I'm tempering my expectations because I don't know if it's the same teams, the same type of people. It feels like there's a disconnect about what people will like. That's just, I don't think fans will be happy either way.
I absolutely agree. The rivalries, like the teaser photo, it came out in black and white. It's Puka Nacua. That the only thing you can really tell on that is that it does look like gradient numbers. It looks like a dark jersey, but it also looks like a light colored helmet with a darker horn. So that's really all we've got right now as far as.
There's a teaser photo?
Yeah, you haven't seen that? I would
No.
pull it up, but on my phone, I'm using my phone like a.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Let me see.
It's the Rams posted the picture on day 2 of the draft. They as soon as the NFL announced the rivalry thing, they put out their little teaser photo, and it's Puka Nacua. It's black and white photo, and you can tell the helmet looks light and the horns look dark, which is the opposite of what we've ever seen. So
what? I have no idea what you're talking about. How did I miss this?
Are you seeing it? Can you share it?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, let me see what I can do really fast.
If somebody could send it, if somebody in the chat knows what Joe's talking about, I'd love for you guys to send it. I have no idea.
Unless I'm crazy, dude. Oh man, I gotta sign in. This is like not my computer. That's so funny. Let's see here. All right. And so they shared the photo, and that's really the only thing, like I said, that you can really tell from it is that getting notifications. Somebody's logging into your Twitter. It's me, dude. It's me. It's fine.
But while you're looking that up, I do think I think because it seems like this ownership has a real stubbornness to embrace anything from the past, like them doing the white, like modern throwback jerseys was very surprising to me, just because it is a tad close to some old looking uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
I know they don't want to do anything relevant to St. Louis, like no gold type stuff. They're committed to this brand and building this current brand. Yeah. So because of that, I don't know. I have a hard time thinking there's more than just the rivalries jersey. I think it's just going to be that one. I don't think we're that lucky a fan base to get more cool stuff.
And I'm going to be honest, I disagree. I think that we get both. I think that the rivalries is its own thing. I think it could, because we know it's league wide. I think that because of that, I think that we get both. I think that we get the rivalries as well as the as well as an alternate. As far as predictions on an alternate, I'm sticking to mine, man. I've been saying it for probably months at this point. That I think that we get not necessarily a throwback. I think it'll be in the style of the bone jersey where it says Los Angeles Rams on the patch, and then the shoulders are a little bit different. I I see that coming as a navy, but with white horn, white numbers, white pants. That's kind of what I'm picturing, I guess. And I don't know if that's
Cool.
real or not, but let me see here.
That'd be cool.
How do I do this?
Just something different, something cool, something hip. Oh my god. I need to get a bone jersey. I keep forgetting about that.
Here we go.
Oh, let's see. Let me see this.
I've screenshotted this and like zoomed in and stuff like that. But this is what they posted. So you can tell that helmet looks light. If I had to guess, I would say yellow with a blue horn, but it's so hard to tell. Honestly, what I think would be the most fire of them all would be a bone helmet with a blue horn, but what the hell do I know, man? So sick.
I hate gradients, man. Ever since Atlanta started doing them, like I just dislike them. I'll rock them. I still love all my jerseys, but I mean, I would really hope that they go away from the gradients at some point. That's just my take. My 2 cents that nobody asked for.
Yeah, I mean, I guess over time I've become a little bit more indifferent on them. What does this
Just
mean?
kind of forget about it. What?
Some of these messages don't make any sense to me. I don't.
Joe's heavily on narcotics.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Share with the class, sir.
No. Yeah. What the heck do you mean, single T? Yeah. So I think that ultimately the way that picture looks, it looks like obviously a dark jersey, whether that's black, navy, royal. That's just kind of that picture is just kind of being altered. You know, like that could also be the thing. We could be seeing a black and white photo that's been touched up to make it like to throw us off entirely. Like this team,
it's inverted.
Yeah, this team does a lot of weird stuff. All right, I will say though that if we see it in a leak, I'm mad about it. Just know that if we see a leak, I hate that. I like official announcements. Leaks are lame. So yeah, if we see like how the Jets got their uniforms out with like an intern from across the warehouse, that's whack, man. I hate that.
Yeah. There's interns that they think I will say this, like if there happen, I doubt there's any like anybody in Los Angeles organization listening to this, but you're not going to get the clout you think. Like, I don't care if there's another creator that you happen to be friends with online. I know there's some people on Twitter that happen to like to post shit real fast. The 1,000 views and the 500 likes is not going to change your life. Like, nobody cares. Like, just let the media team that is working hard to do it and like have their moment. That's like you coming across the schedule announcement video that our team's probably doing and like bootleg posting it up. It's like, you're really lame for that. Like, just let the media team earn their money, man. Like, they're working. Our media team works hard, really hard.
I mean,
hell, look at Bryce Todd won photo of the year.
Literally, like, man. I was going to bring up that as well as Behind the Grind, which is again, like watching that, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. They love their L cuts, maybe a little bit too much, but it's such a good production, man. It's absolutely unbelievable. So, I mean, yeah, this media team, man, the way that they put stuff together, the schedule release video from last year, that's all I'm waiting for. You know, I'm waiting for that video. I don't care about what NFL Network has to say, anything like that. I'm waiting for the Rams to drop their video. That's how I'm going to learn our schedule. You know what I mean? I'm so pumped for that. I'm going to media blackout until I can see, you know, like, because that's how it is. But yeah, the leak stuff is not cool. But yeah, Bryce Todd, man, that photo, the Air Puka photo, that's one of the coolest things of all time, dude. When I saw that he got the photo of the year, I was like, no way, man. That's absolute pinnacle stuff, dude. Pinnacle. I love that.
Really, really cool for him. And I, little bit of a humble brag. I might be the only Rams creator on the internet who actually has a pregame arrival fit photo by Bryce Todd. Actually, since he was on the show before, I linked up with him before the Packers game, before I actually ran into you. And as I was walking in, linked up, he took some photos. So I got those. I'm happy.
That's sick, man. That was sick. Heck yeah, dude. All right. You've confused me since I think yesterday. About some. Feel free, man. Feel free. Enlighten me.
All right.
Because I don't know what's going on.
All right. Non-Rams content. So the second I've been waiting for Derek Carr to either move up or down this list or to retire so that way we can transition to a new quarterback. So this is shout out to, I'm not sure if you ever watched the Around the NFL podcast. That was like with Dan Hansis, Greg Rosenthal, RIP to Chris Wessling, before they disbanded. And now there's just NFL Daily. And then I forgot what their new version is. They had something called the Dalton line. Now, Andy Dalton, for a good majority of his career, was very, not sure if you really remember, like, yeah, they would go to playoffs. He would be great in regular season. He'd have some like late game. Like he was always kind of middle of the pack and you could never really place, is he elite or is he not? So they came up with their equation called the Dalton line. Anybody that you thought was better than Andy Dalton above that line, probably a franchise guy and probably closer to elite. If he was below that line, you probably need a new quarterback. So he was like the mean. He was the average. Andy Dalton, as he was like becoming a backup, not really a franchise guy anymore. I love that theory of like there being a mean quarterback in the NFL. I think it was Derek Carr. I called it the Carr bar. If you have a quarterback that's above that bar, probably a good quarterback. If there's somebody below worse than Derek Carr, you're probably shopping for one because Derek Carr, great regular season, like could do good things, maybe can get you to the playoffs, but can never get over that hump. Right. So with the announcement of Derek Carr retiring, we need a new champion to hang our hat on. With that, I give you Dak Prescott, the Dak axis. The Daxis is what I'm calling it because we're going to evolve just a line. We need a full X and Y axis because quarterbacks these days are mobile. They're more, unique. They can do a lot more. So we need to be able to put them on a chart. Dak Prescott fits in line with those guys. Can put up numbers. He is, essentially a franchise guy right now, but can't get over the hump. Not going to do amazing thing in the playoffs. He's about average. Everything you look at people's rankings, he's probably middle of the pack. If you have a quarterback better than Dak Prescott, probably have a franchise guy. If you have somebody worse than Dak Prescott, you're probably drafting a rookie or on the hunt for somebody. The Daxis, that's what I'm calling it. What are your thoughts on that theory?
I absolutely love it, actually. I feel like for a time it could have been Mark Bulger.
Yeah, you get it. Exactly. Yeah. It's exactly what it is.
Where it's like they're good, but like they're not your guy good, like you can definitely give them an extension. That's not a problem. Like no one's going to hate you for extending them. Like the fan base will be like, oh man, all right, I guess we're still looking, kind of like we're a couple years out on the next guy kind of thing. That's really interesting actually. And I think as you were talking about it, my brain was trying to find another quarterback. And Dak, he did not come to my mind, but that one makes, I think, the most sense. My brain was going to Geno. And then also I went to Kyler. But I just think Kyler's not good enough to be on that. I think that he's below.
It's funny. Kyler was my first thought. But I think there's something about Dak, just because he already has an extension. He is locked in to Dallas. Like I think he retires there. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's just, there's so much potential good, kind of like Andy Dalton, Derek Carr. You're like, this has got to be the guy, right? He can do everything, but can he win a championship? We may never find out. So I do want to ask you a few quarterbacks and see where you would place them above or below the Daxis.
Oh, okay. Heck yeah, let's do it.
We'll start with the first guy you mentioned because he came to my mind too, but I couldn't think of a clever name to name his parallel. So I went with Dak. Geno Smith. Do you think he's above or below the Daxis?
That's Tough, man. He's at least very much touching it. Like um, oh man, I would say I go just barely above, but I think it's a maturity thing for me. I think that we've seen some growth in Gino over the course of his career, and I would say maturity wise, I would put him just a notch, dude. Just
Ooh.
like you place him on the line and then you just give it a little shoulder nudge. You know what I mean? Like that's how close it is.
Like you just tell them to walk in the door first because two people can't walk in the door at the same time. You're like, just
Exactly.
go. I don't care.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, here's another one that's hard for me. What about Tua?
Tua's below. Tua's not very good, man.
That was fast.
Yeah. He's not very good. He's one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league right now. And most teams have their guy, right? Like you look around the NFL, the draft is a perfect example of that. As like
Hmm.
some people are falling and stuff like that, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It's like nobody needs a quarterback right now, dude. Like everybody's got a guy. So Tua is one of those where it's like, oh, if they can replace him, they need to, man. Like they need to figure that out. And injuries certainly part of that for my own brain, but I think I go with and I don't want to spoil anything here because I feel like there might be another name on this list, so I don't want to go too far here. But he does not elevate his team; he just kind of participates.
I love what McDaniel's doing down there. I have a lot of respect for him as a coach. Like I think he's kind of misunderstood on how he approaches things.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he does get better with team management. I think schematically he's very ingenious, but um, team management, I think he's still figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me see some other names here. What about Trevor Lawrence?
I'm a T-Law guy. I think that Trevor Lawrence is very talented. I think that this year too, with Liam Cohen running the show, I think that this is going to be where we start seeing where Trevor Lawrence is actually a pretty good quarterback. So I'm gonna say above.
I hope so, man. He's been down there floundering in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I got two more here for you that I wanna see how you feel about these guys. One might actually be easier. Brock Purdy.
That's the other name I didn't want to spoil. He does not elevate his team. He just participates. He's not done anything where it's like where he wills that team to a victory or anything like that. He runs the plays that are called. I just don't. He doesn't have that fire, man. So yeah, I'm gonna say that is tough because talent wise, I do think that he's decently in line with Dak, but I'm gonna say he's below.
Man, I got a hard disagree. I
Yeah.
think I think because I've seen Trey Lance, I've seen Jimmy G fall out. I think you there's I know he gets the argument of, well, he's had super teams around him. I think we've seen too many cases in the NFL of quarterbacks having everything perfect around them and them still just for some reason can't get it done. Um, and I think in a limited window pre-extension, Brock Purdy has done pretty damn well. I'm bought in, and that's me as a rival. Like it's hard for me to
Mm.
say that, but I think he's better than people are giving him credit for.
I, that's so
That's
crazy,
my
dude. And I want to jump all over you here. I think he's worse than people give him credit for. I think that there's a reason he was the last pick in the draft. I don't think that was an accident. I think that he did get brought into a very, very stacked team with a very good coach. But also, the second you take away his run game, man, he doesn't move the ball.
It's you do make fair points. I haven't watched enough of their film to see if there's more logical reason for it. Because I mean, I could point at Matthew Stafford, like how come he hasn't moved the ball in
Mm-hmm.
early on this past season, but we know because we watch every Rams play. It was injuries. That was the answer. It was injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows if he doesn't get the same argument? They had a lot of injuries too, so that's just my thought. I think
Yeah.
he's above the bar. So for
Okay.
our first fight, I love it.
Also, yeah. I will say, I man, I don't know. I think that we see the Niners end the season pretty close to what they did last year. I don't think we see a bounce back, and I think that's because of the talent that they lost and that they still they're going to extend Brock Purdy. And I think that 2 years from now, I think that even Niners fans are going to be like, yeah, we should have done that.
I I don't know, man. They scare me. Them bringing Robert Saleh back, I think they had a pretty good defensive draft. I think worries me a little bit that they'll be them in the wild card freaks me out because them as underdogs and nobody expecting them. Niners typically play better with that, and that kind of pisses me off.
I'll tell you now, I think that the Cardinals are second in the division.
I think on paper, I'd agree. I think Seattle, anytime you have a brand new quarterback, it's either elite or you're gonna have to figure some things out the first month or two. And I think that's the latter for Seattle.
Well, and who's better,
yeah.
Geno or Darnold? I think Geno. So,
man, last year regular season, Darnold was better.
Yeah, last
overall, year. Yeah, overall, Geno. I don't know. Really depends on how Sam can get used to this system in Seattle.
He doesn't have KOC running the calls anymore, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right, last name for you. Since we're talking about him, Kyler Murray on the Daxes.
Kyler Murray's below. He's athletic. He's exciting. He doesn't have that killer instinct, man. Again, he's another one of those guys that just it seems like he just kind of plays football because he's good at it. He doesn't play football because he absolutely loves it, like a Matthew Stafford or something, who blatantly loves it. I mean, he took a lot less money to stay with her. We finally got the numbers on his deal. He took a lot less money to stay in LA. And I think it's because he loves this team. I think he loves to win. So, the other options were tougher spots to win some football games. But yeah, Kyler, I think that athletically he's insane. I think that he chose football because of the money, and I think we can see that in his play.
I remember the baseball thing with Kyler. Yeah, I have to agree. I don't think it's a far drop. I think he's like right there with Dak as like kind of the median. Like you're hard pressed to find more talented quarterbacks than Kyler. I think he has all the tools outside of being the same height as me at 5'10". Like it is hard. It makes your job harder. But he counters that with being extremely mobile. But yeah, it's not a needle mover for me, and that's a little bit biased as a Rams fan, but doesn't move the needle.
Dude, the needle mover, man. That's like literally how I feel about all three other quarterbacks in the NFC West. I don't feel like they move the needle. Like you switch out Kyler Murray on the Cardinals for a different quarterback, just Purdy. I think they're the same exact team. I think that like you could change out Purdy with Sam Darnold, same exact team. Like it is, you can interchange the three of those guys and switch them around. I don't think any of those teams get better or worse. I think it's just, this guy runs more now. That's all.
That's fair. Each one is great in their own regard. Like I think Purdy is the most accurate of the three, with Murray being the most mobile. But yeah, if you told me to pick our own quarterback, Matthew Stafford, versus anyone else in the league outside of the elite 3 or 4, like, Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, like I'm not picking anybody else. Like it's really hard for me to trust any other quarterback besides our own.
Do you take Burrow over Stafford?
Are we talking about for a play, for a game, for a career, like just to swap out right now? What are we talking? Because
let's go career.
Career, I probably would. Like if we had to be able to do if the Bengals came and say, hey, we want to do a 1-for-1 trade, Matthew Stafford for Joe Burrow, as they are today, like I would do that.
Well, as they are today, I would too. Yeah. But if you put them both at 25 years old, I take Stafford.
Oh God, can you imagine a 25-year-old Stafford with this team?
Not even fair.
Being the gunslinger, like more just drop back and throw it 40 times a game, dude. That'd be so fun.
That'd be so nice, dude. I do think too, because like Stafford being his age, I mean. Obviously, we know it's not going to last forever, but there's part of me that's like, oh no, we can still win like 2 or 3 with this dude. Like this, it's so far from over, man. They actually Coward talked about it. The numbers that Tom Brady put up post 37 years old, and it was like 30,000 passing yards or something. Like I can't remember the exact numbers. It was crazy to see. And it's like, this is after 37. Like, take away everything that he did before that. Start him now at 37, and he had a good career. Like, so for everybody being like, oh, we need a replacement. We need a quarterback. It's like, no, we probably don't actually. We're probably okay for a little while.
It's it really just comes down to health, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love the moves that they did, and this could probably be saved for the next show. But just how they've transformed this team and almost rewarded him for taking less money,
Hmm.
um, re-signing in good faith. Like that took a lot of trust. Like, yeah, take less money here with us. Um, like less than what a Brock Purdy is going to make. Brock Purdy will probably be in the higher 40s.
Hmm.
And then what did they do? They immediately rewarded him with Devontae Adams and a tight end. And a new running back too. Like
Hmm.
I think the offense built around him right now with more security up front is built to keep him safe. And I am expecting. Here's my theory. This will be for next show. I think we're going to see a lot more 12 and potentially 13 personnel this upcoming season. Maybe some split backs. Maybe it's the return of split backs. What do you think about that?
I would not hate that one bit, man. That sounds exciting. I think that too, that there's a chance that that Matthew Stafford was, I mean, I think that he is involved in those kind of decisions for like Devontae and stuff like that. But we can kind of touch on some more of that stuff next episode. I want to ask you something though, because we just get not only rookie numbers, but also the number of the new Rams wide receiver, Britton Covey, who is now wearing number 10. I am in a group chat where I
did not
personally
see that. What?
where I personally feel a certain way about this and the others feel another way about this. How do you feel about number 10 being worn by Covey?
I'm always like immediately, I'm always not a fan of like that disconnect of ownership or at least the coaching staff of allowing uh I'm sorry, but a not to the same caliber player wearing a legendary number immediately. Like this just happened in Atlanta where like a rookie is wearing number 11 because they don't have a good relationship with Julio Jones. And this is raw. Like I did not know that. I didn't see his jersey number. This is what happens when you're not on Twitter. Yeah, that's like I'm not saying to retire his number right away or anything, but the body's still warm. Like, dog, you can't. There's not another number you could throw your punt returner at. Like, he's still got to make the team. You're just gonna give him number 10. What do we?
Interesting.
What,
I'm on the
like,
opposite side. I don't care. It's Cooper Kupp, first of all. It's his second number that he wore with the Rams.
yeah.
He is now a rival, so I think that plays in. I think that if you're allowed to wear 81, why not 10? I don't care about the timing, stuff like that. There's one number that is not officially retired right now that I feel like is off limits. Do not give somebody that number, and that's 99. That's because that is an all-timer that and I'm not trying to say anything negative about Cooper Kupp, but he's had 2 seasons of 1,000 yards. One of those was absolutely incredible. One of the best wide receiver single season,
Ever.
including playoffs of all time.
Ever, yeah.
Is that enough to not give away a number? No.
I think because his Kupp's existence is too synonymous. It's too intertwined with the development of McVay's coaching and just the Los Angeles Rams organization since they've been in Los Angeles. I think it's deeper than the stats. I think at the very least, like it's like an unwritten, don't touch it. Kind of like Aaron Donald is not retired, but if a rookie came in and is like, oh, can I wear 99? It's like, how about no?
But that's different. Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald are not on the same level.
No. Not saying that he, instant Hall of Famer like today. I'm not saying that. But I think it's to the same regard where it like another number. I'm drawing a blank on
13 and 81, man. If people are allowed to wear those, why not
80?
10?
Yeah, like I almost have trouble with some of those too. It's almost like we can't retire one number. Like
I remember when Marty Gilliard came to the Rams and took 81, and I was like, what the heck? But I mean, it's not retired. It's that's different though. I also think because Torrey Holt is a Hall of Famer. Is Cooper Kupp?
I think yeah.
I mean, I think that he can be, but I think that if he ended today, I don't think he is.
Oh man, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I got to argue that he is. Just like I would die on the hill of Cooper Kupp being a Hall of Famer, the same that I would argue Matthew Stafford being a Hall of Famer.
I think those are different. I think Matthew Stafford's a clear-cut Hall of Famer.
There's a lot of people that don't think he's even close. They think he'll be waiting a long time if he does.
I don't know. I mean, where he's at statistically in NFL record books, I think that there's no doubt about it. Um, also has a ring. I don't know. I think he's very clearly. Is he first ballot? I mean, it kind of depends on the class, I would say, and what that's looking like. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that ultimately, man, I kind of see it the way like the Cooper Cup thing. I mean, Puka already has as many 1,000-yard seasons.
That's fair.
You know
That's
what I
fair.
mean? So, and I do think, and this kind of relates back to stuff that I used to talk about years ago on Ram Showcase, which was like when we had Robert Woods and Cooper Cup couldn't get through a season without being hurt. Whereas like we need to trade this guy. Like like I was talking about that. It's like this, get rid of him. Best ability is availability and stuff like that. And then he had that season, the 21 season. And everybody then was like, "Don't touch my Cooper Cup." That's it's like this is it. That's been his only one, man. Like, so I don't know. I love Cooper Cup. Again, I have no intention of saying anything bad about Cooper Cup. I got his autograph sitting right here, man. He's definitely one of my all-time favorites. But I just think that we as Rams fans overvalue Cooper Cup and what he's done.
That's fair. I can see your logic there. It's honestly to the same regard as another current player with the whole Kyron Williams thing of you can't. There's a lot of fans that get really mad when you critique a player's game.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the same regard. Like it's like saying, "Oh yeah, Matthew Stafford's not that mobile." Yeah, but he does this. It's like I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he can't do this.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams can't break away for an 80-yard touchdown. His speed is showing otherwise. Not saying he's a bad running back, but that's why they brought in Jarquez Hunter. It's like that whole conversation.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And yeah, it's like it's the value is, I mean, obviously it's the value is whatever we give it. And Cooper Cup, that his ability to kind of get those, for those first downs on third and all that stuff, like that's unmatched for sure. I just think ultimately I go back to my famous line: players come and go, the Rams are forever. Cooper Cup's gone now. He's officially a rival. So as much as I've loved Cooper Cup, I hope he sucks this year. I hope his team sucks. I hope he does nothing. Like I I don't care, man. He's now on the bad guys. Like I don't know. I'm sure that's just where he ends his career, and then after he's done, it's like then we'll talk about Cooper Cup and a more positive. He's a rival, man. Like that's no. He's on the enemy now. So
rivalries do make football fun. That's how I'll end that conversation.
Adams will heal a cup loss here to GP Shadow. And I agree. I think that that once we see, and also too, and I don't want anything bad to happen to Cooper Cup. Obviously, I say I want him to suck this year, but that's mainly just like I hope he like drops more passes than we're used to, and we're like, oh dang, maybe we knew something more. Maybe the Rams saw something that was like, oh, he's done. Kind of like the Gurley thing, where it's like, what are we doing? And it's like, oh yeah, his career's over. Maybe it's something like that, but also I think that when we start seeing Devontae Adams make a couple of crazy catches, I think that's when we'll be like, oh, okay, no, we're all right. Like it's gonna be fine. So, and there's a reason. There's a reason they were so adamant to get rid of him. So,
it is interesting how they handle stuff, and you know what I just listened to that talking about like transitioning players out of the Rams, trading or releasing one way or another. Did you listen to Jordan Rodriguez thing a few years ago? The play callers,
yeah,
for 5-part series. I re-listened to it like more in depth this time, like straight through last week, and going through the whole Shanahan tree, and obviously focused corely on McVay for a good chunk of it. And he talked about the Goff situation. Dude, I got so much respect for that whole tree. Like it made me like Shanahan a little bit more, how he does things. But the insight about how McVay approaches relationships, this and that, I think it purely was a football move. I think there's something going on there to where they just, I mean, it showed last year, man. Like I kept the wide receiver room deadlocked. Like I don't think it's a surprise or a coincidence that Tutu Atwell got an extension immediately after letting go of Cooper Cup. I think there's some correlation there. So Just my thoughts.
Tutu will certainly be more involved. I think that's a clear-cut thing. I think people keep on saying that. It's like, well, we better use him more. And it's like, I think that's the whole point, guys. It's like, I think that's the whole intention of bringing him back for this fully guaranteed deal, that he's going to be involved. And I think it's a prove-it deal for him. I also, though, I don't know if he comes back after this year. I think I don't know the situation. I don't know what those conversations are like. I also, though, I think we'll end on this this little topic here just quickly, man. Is I think that two things are true about Kyron Williams for the 25 season. I think that this is his clear-cut best season of his career, and also his final with the Rams.
Ooh, I think he has a mixed season where he has less yards than the last 2 years, but more touchdowns. I think he gets used in certain situations. Obviously, I think he's the starter all the way through, but I think he gives up more of the receiving down, or some yards get taken up by either Blake Corum or Jarquez Hunter. So I think he is the guy. I think he has more touchdowns than last year, like his highest touchdown year, but less yards. Stays on the team.
I think he's going to go off this year, but there's something about it. I just don't think we extend them.
Yeah, I could see them just letting him walk.
And then Rams fans are going to be mad. I could see him I can see everybody getting mad of like, what? After this season, we're going to let him walk? And then Blake Corum next year is going to just like light it up or something. Or Hunter is going to go off, and then it's going to be like, oh, okay, we're good. Like, let's move on. See what a comment here is. Says, if you guys looked on a Tutu tape from last season to gauge next season. I have not, actually, but I will say that Tutu last year, for sure, because I always rewatch the games, definitely more polished last year. So I think that there was something to that of bringing him back this year and being like, well, we haven't used him a lot, but he was certainly the most polished he's ever been this last season. So hopefully that continues.
No, I'm finishing up. I got a video coming this week, just breaking down some tape on the rookies, and some like how they could fit in with the current situation. It's so hard though, because in my last note is in that thing, the audio documentary from Jordan Rodriguez talked about how, I think it was 2017, they went into the season like wanting to do more 12 personnel and heavy, but the existence of Cooper Kupp, they're just like, I can't keep him off the field. And so that's why they ran so much 11 personnel. That's why they do so much stuff with the wide receivers blocking, is because I'm just trying to get the best guys on the field. So they may go into the offseason wanting to use Tutu Atwell more, but depending how camps shake out, man, there could be somebody else out there that's just like, damn, I can't keep this guy off the field. We'll see. We'll never know.
That's why I think we see a lot of 11. But who knows, man? Who knows? Every year, too, it has its own vibe. So that's a big thing, too, is it like each Rams team under McVay has its own feel to it, man. Like, we didn't know the 24 Rams, what they were going to be until it got to like week 13 is when we really started feeling like who they are. So it took a while. It was weird going into like week 7, week 8, where it was like, who is this team, man? Like, are we good or not? Like, we're better than we're playing. But yeah, this was a weird one, man. Weird one.
A lot of people hated the defense like 2 months into the season, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, his defense is amazing." It's like, you guys are so fickle. You guys are so fickle.
Let's be sure to talk about the defense and who we think is going to be starting at both inside linebacker and corner next episode.
Noted. Okay,
let's do that.
We'll have some disagreements for sure.
I fully agree. It's about time we start disagreeing, man. We've had a few today, which is good. Next week, I'm sure we will as well. So, yeah.
I'm ready for it.
All right, let's go with we'll name any Rams coach. Could be head coach, position coach, anything from any time. That's what we'll end on. I'm going to start with Mike Waffle.
I wasn't expecting that. My current favorite assistant coach on the team, position coach, Eric Yarber, Coach Yarbs.
Yarbs, dude. Yarbs is the absolute man. If we're going favorite coaches today, I'm going to go Aubrey Pleasant.
Nice.
Love that.
That's
guy.
A good one.
Love it.
Current special teams, I'll name Chase Blackburn, just because I had somebody comment. They're like, "Oh, that Chase Blackburn is coaching on the Rams." They're like, "What the hell?"
He sure is. Nick Cayley. All right. Let's go.
Oh my God, what am I drawing a blank? Dick Vermeil.
Oh, I mean, obviously a great one.
Yeah.
I want to go Mike Martz, but the offensive coordinator version.